I just want to say that for new PMs or those in the PMO of space, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Like, there are templates, there are supportive documents, there are a plethora of opportunities for you to feel supported and for you to thrive as well.
Hi, I'm Anna Anderson, CEO and founder of the Women in Project Management Network. I'm a project manager by profession, a career coach, a PMP trainer, and a LinkedIn learning instructor. But more importantly, I'm someone who's been in your shoes. Not too long ago, I was filled with doubt, stepping out of my comfort zone and navigating rejection after rejection. It wasn't an easy journey, but through perseverance, hard work, and lessons learned, I finally found my yes. That moment changed everything, not just for me, but for the many people I've since had the privilege to help. I've seen how lives transform when you have the right tools, when you have the right support and encouragement to pursue those six-figure project management roles. On the Project Management Connect show, here I share inspiring stories from project managers who've gone through aspiring to hired. I also bring in industry experts, recruiters, and hiring managers to show us how it's done. Together, we'll explore practical strategies and actionable tips to help you on your journey. So whether you're just starting out, transitioning into project management, or looking to elevate your project management career, this podcast is for you. If project management feels like your calling, or if you're just exploring, it's time to dive in. So let's get started, fellow project manager. Your journey begins here. All right, today we have Victorious with us, and she's going to introduce herself before she continues. Go ahead, Victorious.
Well, hello, and thank you, Anne, for this opportunity to be in your podcast. Yes, my name is Victorious Eche, and for a couple of years now, I've worked in the PMO space. So I live in the Dallas area, and I'm really excited to be here with you today.
Yeah, thank you, Victorious. First of all, I love your name. I love the name Victorious. It's just an exciting name. So nice to meet you, and nice. I'm excited to talk about the project management office today because it's one area that a lot of people, especially people who are coming in as project managers, they really do not understand what project management office is, and that's what we are going to talk about today. So, do you want to quickly just share with us what is a project management office, or known as PMO? What is that?
Yes, absolutely. So the PMO office think of it as the authority over project managers. You see, the PMO office is like a body of its own within the Department of Project Management. And what they do, they work on strategy, they work with portfolios, they work with programs, and they work with projects. So it's a combination of everything. And the good thing about the PMO office and why it really stands out, and every company should have it, is because the PMO office actually creates and works with the strategy of the company. They align the goals of the company, they align like the risk for the projects, they work on the budget, they work on the different variations of a project, and they keep the project managers floating because they help with like project management methodologies and either what methodology for the specific projects. And there's a wide variety of different projects that they work on. It could be like different areas in the legal group, human resources. It could be in the mortgage area. A variety of places. The PMO is actually active, making sure that the tasks of the project managers, which is to deliver that project on time, within budget, and with resources, are done perfectly.
Yeah. That was a great definition of sharing what a PMO is. I know when you're studying for the PMP examination, that's one of the things that comes up, like the different types of PMO. You have supportive PMO, you have directive PMO, you have all kinds of PMOs. But as you mentioned, a lot of organizations should have some type of project management office just as to oversee a lot of that stuff that you've mentioned. Have you always worked in a project management office, or when did you start working in a PMO setting?
Well, for the last 6 years, I've been prepping myself actually to work as a project manager. And I've done like project coordinator, a couple of things to help me land that PMO opportunity. And so for the past 2 years, I've worked in the PMO office. And can I tell you the difference it is working as a project manager versus a PMO office? It is quite different because as we know, a project is one singular project that needs to be delivered. It has a beginning and an end. But in the PMO office, you're not just working on a program, which is a combination of different projects. You're not just working on a program, you're also working on a portfolio, which is a combination of different programs. So it has its steps and the tiers, and it requires you to be well aware of the PMI standards, which also like the company policy standards. It merges all of them together to be in that PMO office. So it's really interesting being there. You get to see a micro and a macro view of projects.
Yeah, sounds like an amazing space to be, especially if you just want to learn a lot of stuff within the project management space. That's one area at least you want to be conversant with. What do you think makes a PMO successful or effective?
Let's see. I think the fact that people work in teams and the division of labor makes a good PMO space. And of course, you can add communication, because effective communication always makes everything better, because that way things are laid out, they are clear. We have division of labor, we know what everyone is doing, following up on the work, making sure there are resources available to complete each and every task that has been set aside. So yeah.
I love that. So quickly, then can you just share with us, or rather break down, what are some of the main functions of a PMO? Because people are like, okay, I am looking for a job, I want to work in the PMO space. What do you think are some of those functions or main functions of a PMO for us, for those of us who are listening?
So the main function of, well, one of the daily function of a PMO is tracking. You have to track the project. Every project has its timeline, its critical milestones, phases of a project with the planning, execution, different phases. So within each phase, there are milestones that have to be completed. So as a PMO, on a daily basis, you're tracking different projects, different programs, or different portfolios, seeing how healthy it is, checking for Q&A, checking for health spots, checking for if it's completed, if the milestones were met, and if not, what can be done to quickly bring that project back to being on track. What remediations can be provided, what angle, maybe a different angle can be brought around. Sometimes you also have to do like a SWOT analysis of that project to see how it's trending and how to help it recover quickly, because as we know, time is money and it accumulates.
No, that's actually true. So so you are a new project manager. You've just joined an organization and that is utilizing PMO, for example. What are some of those common challenges, project managers sometimes face while in a PMO type of organizational setting?
Because the PMO is like drinking from a fire hose. If you are a new PM, I would advise that you start out, working in the PM field for at least a year. But if you've already gotten a job and you are now in the PMO office, the best thing to do is to familiarize yourself with what the requirements are, so that way, when those requirements are coming up due, you know exactly what to look for and how to handle that requirement to make sure that you have those important deadlines and deliverables stacked up.
Yeah. That's true. You have to first of all find out, because different organizations have different ways of doing things. And if you're in a PMO setting, you have your set rules, you have your set templates, you have your set ways of making sure things are completed in specific ways. You have your different meetings. So when you're going in, you need to familiarize yourself with, first of all, what the organization is doing, what their expectations are, because at the end of the day, you're going to be part of that as a new project manager on the projects assigned to you. Quickly, for the listeners who might be wondering, what's the first step in getting into a PMO? I know, of course, you have to interview for a role, and if your organization has a PMO, and there's some organization, like I've worked in an organization, for example, where there's a set of project managers, they have a PMO. And there's a set of project managers who just don't have PMO. They're just doing things not on their own. They're following processes, tools, and things like that, but they're not part of a PMO. So if I want to get in, what should I do?
Well, I think if you're going to get in, you should really strategize yourself by taking on more. Most companies that I've seen that have a PMO office are usually large companies that are highly regulated. Let's say, for example, a bank. And there are career paths in bank and the PMO office in as a PM. So following a career path would help. Also, taking trainings on PMO, as you know, PMI, the Project Management Institute has a PMO that was recently created. So they do have a lot of information out there. But as far as like day-to-day activities as a PM wanting to bridge over, it would be best to take on maybe a stretch assignment in the PMO office, like before you get in there, to say, hey, raise your hand and say, I'd like a stretch assignment, or I'd like to shadow someone who is already in the PMO office. That way you get to see what it really feels like and taste your hand at it and see if it's really what you would like.
Yeah. Before we continue with PMO, I just heard you mention PMI, and I know you're a very active member of the Project Management Institute in your Dallas chapter. Do you want to just quickly just share with us when people are hearing PMI, and I just mentioned Dallas chapter because you are from Dallas. What's your role within the Project Management Institute Dallas chapter?
Yes. So PMI, I'm a volunteer, the Dallas chapter, and I participated in a lot of their activities. They have the military arm reach, which I did participate. I also have done the 40th anniversary for as a coordinator there. So I've had several positions, and connecting with the PMI, the local chapter, has afforded me other opportunities to also spread out to other chapters. It has been really awesome. On a monthly basis, we have a dinner, and it's really about networking, knowing that you're not just a PM or a PMO person out there in the world in a single, out there by yourself, that there are other project managers who want to share knowledge, want to share ideas, who are willing to even mentor you if you're a PM. So it opens up the door for connection. It opens up the door for sharing of knowledge and even volunteer positions. So that way you feel like you're part of a community.
I love that you mentioned your 40th anniversary. We just did have ours here in May of this year. We had our 40th gala for the PMI chapter, and I was actually the program manager for the planning for the gala for that one. So that was fun. It was also fun to see people who have been part of the PMO PMI chapter, for a very, very long time coming to celebrate with us about a 40th anniversary. But as you mentioned, it's important for you if you're a new project manager, or even just you're looking to be part of a volunteer, to volunteer and be part of other project managers. And you said PMI just created a PMO office. It will be good for you to, join in and be part of those conversations, meet people, network, because networking goes a long way. And you've gotten actually amazing opportunities through your, your volunteer. Do you want to just quickly share some of those speaking engagements you've received?
Absolutely. PMI opened up the door for me to see how I can hone in my skill set. And there is a chapter in Canada, the Ottawa chapter, that had an opportunity for a speaking engagement on PMO. And I was able to travel to Canada and speak with them about the PMO office. And it was really intriguing and exciting. So I'm really looking forward to even doing more. I hope to do some more speaking engagements, even in Africa, in different continents. I'm really gearing myself up. I'm really loving this phase of my life where I'm able to impact others, bringing more value to others and educating others, engaging them about the PMO space, and also providing resources and information about this PMO. So
Yeah, yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. That's great, and I'm excited for you, and I'm excited to hear about your, your other speaking engagements coming up. I'm
Yes.
hoping the new year will open additional speaking engagements for you because you're spreading the word and sharing with people about what, first of all, a project management office is, what they do, how they can support your organization, and things like that. So finally here, what's one piece of advice you'd give to project management managers who just want to align with a project management office? What kind of advice would you give them?
This is going to be a long advice. Okay. So usually people don't do project management, like a first career. So most times people transition into it. And when you transition into project management, there is this sometimes lack of confidence. There's this imposter syndrome. There is this, I don't think I fit here. I don't think I can do it. I just want to say, don't doubt yourself. There is so much potential built into yourself that you don't even know. So I would say to new PMs, go ahead and try it. Go ahead and put yourself out there. I know it takes hard work, but you're going to get through. And of course, Anna is here to support you. I'm here to support you.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. No, it's important for you to align with organizations and people who can support you have that great trajectory in your career. And if you have a project management office within your organization and you're new to project management, those are the people who will support you. They will show you these are the templates we are using. These are some of the processes we are using. These are some of the training maybe you can go to help you understand what it is that we do here. So it's important for new project managers or even people who are coming in from other roles into maybe an organization that is, utilizing a project or has a project management office to use those resources because they're there for a reason. So yeah. So before we finish here, Victorious, how can people connect with you?
Great question. I am on LinkedIn and it's Victoria's Ndidi H. That's it.
Yeah. And I'll put your LinkedIn link on the show notes. So if anyone wants to, they can connect with you. They can find out about your chapter. They can come and listen to you if you have any engagements within their chapter or their location, or even they can book you if they have anyone or if they want to speak to or other educate their people within their chapter about project management offices. So, Victorious, this has been amazing. Thank you so much for joining me today and just sharing a high level of what project management office is, because it's one of those areas that a lot of people, when they see it on sometimes in job description, they're like, oh my gosh, I don't know. I don't think I can go in there because they don't understand what it is. But it's a place that can support a lot of project managers in making you successful in your role as a project manager. Any final words?
I just want to say that for new PMs or those in the PMO of space, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Like, there are templates, there are supportive documents, there are a plethora of opportunities for you to feel supported and for you to thrive as well. So yeah, thank you.
No, thank you. I truly appreciate you, Victorious. I will talk to you soon.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.